Hello, thank you for signing in to watch and to hear what we are doing for Vacation Bible School this year. Again, VBS is June 28th to July 1st. Starts on Sunday and it's from 6 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. And I'm just going to walk through these things very quickly. I do have some QR codes that are coming up. Please, if you haven't registered for VBS through the VBS app, or the website, you need to do that. If not, I don't know to put you into an area for working. When you go onto the website, it's really simple. There's a place for either volunteer or for participant, and you can go through and do that. That way it can add you. We also have a link code. We are using Remind, which is a texting app. So please join the Remind, and you can see I've also sent an email with the link, but you can also use this QR code. And then finally, we do have a link tree, and the link tree has also all the information you could possibly need for VBS that is on there. And so that QR code takes you to it. We'll also have that QR code available throughout the auditorium or the locations. So that way you can click on your phone really quick to find that information. First and foremost, the reason why we do VBS is to share the gospel with others. And what a great verse this is to say, is to tell to the coming generation the glorious deeds of the Lord and his might and the wonders that he has done. And the entire theme for VBS this year is to explore the nature of God. And what a beautiful story that we can actually be able to do that with the coming generation. Last year, we had over 365 kids that came through our property. Not all of them on the same day, but it was exciting for them to hear about God. And we know that VBS is one of our largest outreaches. And so this is why this information is there for you. We do have two different types of VBS. We have a K-4 program, and some of you have signed up to help with the preschool, which is wonderful. And then we have the K-5 through 6th grade, which is a bunch of different crews going all over our church and school property. We have different rotations that we do. So basically, everybody comes into the auditorium. Parents sign in at the registration, which will be in the lobby, and then the kids go find their crew down in the auditorium, and then they're in there for the very beginning, and then after that, they get a chance to go through different sections every night. So they have Bible stories. They have a craft station, which is the imagination station. We also have I went too far. The sticky scripture, which is a time in the auditorium to hear the gospel presentation, games that they will go to either the gym or outside to play, and then also snack time, which is, everyone's love language. And so everyone from kindergarten to 5th grade go through that rotation. The preschool also have their same rotation. They have an extra, something that's a little bit extra, but they actually do everything in the Kids Connect. So after the opening, they go from the church auditorium to the Kids Connect, and that's where they stay until the end, where they come back again for the closing. If you are a crew helper or leader, here's some information for you. First and foremost, we have, there's a couple, usually about 2 leaders per crew. And what we have is we have 8 teams from kindergarten to 5th grade. And each one of those teams, there's about 15 crews on each team. And so even though you are a crew leader responsible for 6 to 8 kids, you will not be alone because you will be traveling with a large team. And your responsibility is to check in and check out kids, to be with the kids, make sure they're all with you all the time, and to have fun, participate with them, and not just sit there, but be part of it, whether it's the singing or the games or the snacks or the crafts, but always be involved with them. They're station leaders. Those are the ones who are in charge of snacks or Bible and helping them as well if there's instructions that are needed to be given, and being an example as you go through it. We want you to love on these kids wherever you are. We do want you not to be on your phone during the time, unless you're taking some photos of the kids and building relationships with them that way. Learn your kids' names. You can see it says use eye-to-eye contact, be positive, do side hugs or high fives. Just let them know that they're accepted and loved, and model the behavior that you want the kids to have. Again, smiling and having a great time is what we want for everyone, but specifically, those are things that the crew leaders will be doing. station leaders and the helpers in that, which would be snacks or crafts or whatever it would be. You're helping the leaders be able to accomplish what they need to. Every group is only in their area for 20 minutes. And so it's a very quick time. So helping them be able to accomplish what needs to be done within that 20 minutes. And so your station leaders, if you're a station leader, will actually communicate with you and give you some more information for that. We have several different areas. There's the fellowship hall, which is where the Bible room is. It's a Spanish church. The craft room is upstairs. The snack room is the big school cafeteria. Game area is either the football or the gym field, the gymnasium, depending on weather. And then the church auditorium is being used for sticky scripture. I know it's hard to read, but everyone will have the schedule. There is a schedule here for each team. You can see where they are heading. And then there's also the preschool schedule. Because the preschool have the exact same rotations and everything with their leaders, but it's all done again in the Kids Connect. So that is there for you. Just to let you know and talk really quickly about safety, that is something that is very important, and we take that very, very seriously here at just in Kids Connect completely, but also for Vacation Bible School. Some of the things that we do is we do work on keeping doors locked that we don't need to have unlocked. We do have security on site the whole time, and they're patrolling and making sure everything is safe. All our volunteers are wearing lanyards and either the VBS shirt. Now, if you're doing a dress down day, totally fine. You still have the lanyard on. For the parents, there is ID checks with sign in and sign out. We'll talk about that in just 1 second. The crew leaders, because you only have 6 to 8 kids you're responsible for, you absolutely have to make sure your children you can see them at all times. They don't have to stay right beside you when they're with the big group, but you're always constantly checking to make sure they're with you. And then if there's an emergency, we do have the leaders of the different areas will have evacuation procedures available. We do have first aid kits in all the big rooms as well as in the lobby of the church auditorium. If a child has an allergy and the parents let us know about that, it will be on the roster for the crew leaders so that they have that. And also, if there's any food allergies, that will be given to the cafeteria as well, so that they are aware of that and is clearly marked. Some very important things for child safety. If you see something, say something to your leader or come to me or to Rebecca or one of the pastors. We are mandated reporters. So if we do see anything, any signs of abuse or anything, we have to do something about it. We want to remind you that you absolutely never are alone with a child. You always take at least a second person with you. You do not have to, when children are in the bathroom, you do not have to enter the bathroom with them. You can stand on the outside so they can use the restroom and then continue on. If you have to use the restroom as an adult, you have to make sure that there is no kids in the restroom before you go in. And it's just, again, to be very, very careful never to be alone with a child or a teenager. So we always talk about that 2-person child supervision to be able to continue to do that. And there's a whole bunch of information here that you can look at, pause if you need to get more to see it. But the main thing is being very careful about touch. Top of the head, the shoulders are acceptable. If a child comes, you never reject a child, but do your very best to try to turn the hug into a side hug or high five. Kids should never be on your lap. And if that happens, find the best excuse you can to get up so that you can go get a drink of water or be able to get the child off your lap. But make sure that they know that you love them and you care very deeply for them. Kids are going to be crazy, and there's going to be discipline issues. If you're a crew leader, or even in the adult rooms, try to redirect and get them to do something different. If not, you can absolutely communicate with one of the directors, and we will take care of it. If there's a child who is self-harming or harming another child, that child has to be removed from their group immediately. And they would all be taken to the auditorium. And then we have adults there that will kind of see if we can get them to calm down or if we need to call the parent to send them home. Because again, their safety as well as the safety of the other kids is very important. Also involved in that, if a child has a special need and we did not know about it, don't feel like if something is going on and it's over the top, feel free to communicate with one of the directors, and we will do everything we can to get that child the help that they need or a buddy for that. Um, Always try to keep the kids busy. That's one of the reasons for having very short times to go through it. We do have, again, if a child needs a break in the auditorium, in the church lobby, we have the couches and stuff and adults that sit there, that we have plans for if they need a timeout or anything. So please just bring them over there and walk them over and we will help with that. If you are somebody who is doing this for community service, you do need to check in every day. The check-in is actually in the church lobby underneath the TV. We have a big, or you'll see it, there's a whole list of names. It's one of the reasons very important that you put you register, because I won't have your name if you do not register. But on Sunday, it does say to come in. We're going to have a meeting at 4:30. We're meeting earlier so that we can make sure everything is prepared and all areas are ready to go for VBS. On Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're asking you to try to get here by 5:15. I'm very well aware that that's going to be difficult for some because of work, and we understand that. Just get here as soon as you can. You're more than welcome to bring a water bottle or anything. We will have things available for you, but if you want to have your own, totally cool with that. And wear your VBS shirt, or if you are wearing for the dress down days, you can just have your lanyard on and it'll be completely fine. If you're parking, we ask that you park on the far side of the fellowship hall, which is the west side, or by the school area. We're going to try to do everything we can to leave the main area open for parents as they're dropping off their children. We have leader bags for everyone. Grab one. It does have a map in there because how you move from section to section is very important for security, as well as how you're going, where you're going to go. So that's all going to be there. And you're always checking for attendance. We're being excited when the kids come in, getting them to their sections and participating in that. Dismissal, and we do need everyone's help from dismissal, from security all the way to helpers. Some will be stationed, like the security will be stationed either in the parking lot or in the lobby. The others, we're going to ask you to come into the auditorium and join different groups and help with dismissal. Every child, when they come in, they are given a sticker, and the parents get a part of that sticker, and their numbers match. They have to have that sticker or a picture of that sticker to pick up their child. If they do not, then they will come down to Rebecca, and I will be in the front of the auditorium with our computers. They will have to show an ID, and on that ID, we'll be able to check and verify their address and everything. And then we'll give a pass for them to be able to pick up their child. Most parents, if they're a little frustrated by that, they understand the importance of that security. And then we're just being very observant as children are being picked up, that they're with their parents or there's a parent right there with them. You'll leave your crew bag because we're going to, the bags are replenished in different ways. And then we continue on just very quickly. We have postcards, and in the postcards, if you're interested in helping with it, even if you're not a crew leader, we do postcards and we send them out 2 weeks before our 5th night of VBS. Yes, we only do 4 days of VBS because, there's a lot of reasons. One is it's exhausting. And also we want the kids to come back to our church, especially those who don't have a church home. We do have a lot who come from other churches and everything, but the ones who don't have a church home, it gives them another chance to come back on. So we have postcards, and every child gets a personal note saying, hey, we're so glad you came. It was fun doing crafts with you or being in a crew with you. So we do have those available. They will be in the registration tables. If you want to do some, we would love for you to be part of that. We do those the week of VBS. Communication, please feel free to communicate. If I'm too busy, there's others that you can communicate with. For anybody who's a crew leader, it's Maria Esch and Mrs. Pinto that you would go to for it. If you are in a station, each station has a leader, and that would be the person that you would communicate with. Or if there's an absolute emergency, there's pastors that are around, as well as me or Rebecca in the lobby to be able to help you with it. We are expecting you to be there every day. If you can't be there, you've got to let the person who is your director or your leader know, so that they can cover your spot for it. Just a couple of things that we have for upcoming dates. We are going to be working on picking up the set. We share our sets with several other churches, and we're picking it up on Friday, June 26th. We're going to leave here about noon, and we're going to go pick it up and then bring it back and decorate for a couple of hours. And Saturday morning, we're going to come do the same thing. Sunday after church at 2:00, we're going to start decorating because some rooms we can't really get to until after the church service. So those who can come at 2:00, great. We'll have pizza for you before we start the 4:30 meeting, and then we go on for the rest of the day. Thank you so much for listening. Please don't hesitate to contact us through email or through Remind, or if you have my phone number, you're more than welcome to text me any questions. I am thankful that you are part of this. There are already over 220 kids registered, and what an opportunity we have to help them to meet Jesus or to help them take their next steps of their faith. I hope you have a wonderful day.